Hello everyone, welcome to Energy First Golf. Today in this video we're going to talk about external mechanics a little bit. I know a lot of you say, what is external mechanics? And the truth is I have a lot of viewers say, how come I never talked about the position of the club or the perimeter in relationship to my body? And the truth is we haven't talked about this because we preach that you must learn internal mechanics. It means how do you rotate your body correctly? How do you have correct structure with the upper torso and the arms. Okay, and understanding right now, remember a lot of amateurs, you have this stage I call the power struggle. If I tell you to work on positioning, means where the club is, chance are that's all you're going to think about. And we already know that a lot of amateurs, when you take the club back, all you're using is your shoulders and your arms. So you're always taking the club inside. And so if I focus on the position, for amateurs, you absolutely will have a lot of tension in your arms and your shoulders. And whenever you have tensions in your arms and shoulders, there's no way you know how to weight transfer and create downswing sequence. Because I've learned golf for a long time, so I know that the position of the clubs is not as important if you have a correct rotation. Now, again, those information doesn't mean it's incorrect, it's needed. But the problem with learning golf is that, one, we already know that when you first learn golf, your human natural instinct is not going to help you to learn golf. Two, nobody, trust me, nobody has the correct rotational energy. Nobody has that. And three, the learning process itself is actually hard because remember, if you're learning external mechanics, you forget about internal mechanics. All right, so again, don't forget we have our own gloves right now. We have our own belt. Then, of course, it's not that external mechanics are not important. But remember, the idea of energy first, impact later, the correct learning system is that you as a learner, you must understand what needs to take priority. What is the most important? As you can see right now, I can do two movements. I can work on positioning, 1, 2, 3, 4, purely with my arms, or I can just turn my body correctly with correct structure. Arms, the muscles in my arms and my body are connected to the rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the truth is they're extremely different. Because remember, energy first means we must create correct energy. So that way you can have a downswing movement and energy in sequence. If you're using your arms on the way back, you're going to use your arms on the way down. And that's the reason why a lot of people say, well, how come I have such a hard time weight transfer? It's because all your focus is on external mechanics. And as you can see right now, if I'm turning my body just with arms like that, I'm turning my body and let my arms stay connected, you can see the club's in the right place, it's on plane. But remember, a lot of amateurs, you have a lot of manipulation from your arms. That's the reason why you always take the club inside. And that's another reason why we don't actually talk about it. And the truth is, does everything have to be perfect? No, it doesn't. If you're turning your body, this is just much more, very less variable you worry about because you let everything flow. Just like if I'm doing this right now, I'm turning my body, you can see there's actually less variable. If I'm moving my arms, there's too much manipulation. Right? And also, I know people will work on club position. Well, how many positions do you need to work on? Because if I just show you 1, 2, 3, 4, what if you go, well, what if this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4? From the logistic perspective, you can actually work on that. There's like 1 million or 1,000 different frames. Understanding golf swing is less than a second. You go up, you go down, it's less than a second. So there's really no time for you to really think about a lot of external mechanics. And the truth is, if your internal mechanics is correct, if your rotation is correct, you'll absolutely be fine because there's no such thing as a perfect golf swing, but you gotta have perfect energy. So let me show you from the side view. right? 1, 2. At 2, this position, of course, a lot of times the club, the leading edge and my spine is going to be parallel. And a lot of times if you use your hands, if you use your arms, and the toe is going to flare up open like this. And I see that all the time from a lot of amateurs, which is incorrect. But again, I know a lot of teachers teaches that. And I don't know why. Again, they're teaching you correct external mechanics, or they just try to teach you how to hit balls. So right now I'm going to go through just sort of simple, in a short time, I'm going to go through R1, R1, R2, R3, R4, left, weight transfer 1, torso rotation 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are all the positions. But are you really religiously working on those positions? Yeah, you can. But isn't that funny if your body's leading it, your rotation's leading it? Because remember, we're dealing with a golf swing. We're not dealing with a golf hit. So if you're hitting the ball, maybe, but the truth is when you're hitting the ball, when you're playing baseball, the ball's coming at you with energy anyways. And this one right here, the ball is stationary, there's no energy. You have to create a continuous motion. So if your mind is thinking about positions, you go into hard time create proper energy and the transmission of the energy. So that's another reason why, and what makes golf so difficult. That's why I say the learning process itself is extremely difficult for golf. Because you cannot learn it based on reacting to energy or reacting to the ball. You have to perform a movement based on energy that's in motion. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I don't really talk about it, because, we can talk about 1 million frames, or we can talk about 4 frames, or we can just talk about, hey, if you create correct body rotation, proper body structure, you don't need to have a perfect backswing, but if you create energy properly, right? So I hope everybody understanding the purpose of this video. Again, you can talk about correct positions. They're not wrong, but how do you get to that correct position? Do you use your arms or do you use your rotation? So that's something for most people to think about, okay? And then really the next episode, I want to make sure we talked about how the factor between acceleration and deceleration. All right, it will be in the next video. I think it's important to kind of coexist with this particular video. All right, so if you guys have any questions, leave a comment and click like to subscribe to our channel by click on this button right here, and we have 2 recommended videos here for you guys to watch. All right, so I'll see you next time.